I think we're ready. Mhm. I think I got my mic on. I think I'm ready. I tried to give y'all a little bit of heads up. I know this is a random live. And now my eyes won't stop watering. I think it's the allergies. Hey, PGA, how are you? Can you hear me? Am I coming through okay? I got this fan going. It's not too noisy, is it? You talking about you miss me. Oh, ain't that sweet? Am I coming through okay? I hope so. Can you hear me okay? Okay, good, good. How you doing? How was your weekend? I had a very busy weekend. I well, Friday was technically, I shouldn't say technically, Friday was my wedding anniversary, but we didn't like go out or nothing like that because my husband had to work. So we just like got takeout and stayed home. But we went out yesterday and we went um, to a restaurant called J. Alexander. And it was good. Everybody was telling me, oh, if you like Houston's, you'll like J. Alexander. And it wasn't bad. I had a cocktail called a doppelganger, and it was really good. The food was decent. But I don't think it's some place where I'd be like, oh, we got to go again. You know, if somebody want to go, one of my friends, I would go. But I wouldn't necessarily put it like in my top five. It was decent. It was good. Let's see. You said it was content. Sometimes too much fun get you in trouble. Yeah, I hear you. Hi, Taimon. And then today is the 3-year anniversary of my wellness clinic. So excited about that. And it also is my dad's birthday, but my dad is deceased. He would have been 70 years old. So I purposely kind of opened up my clinic on this day as a way to kind of honor him. And so it's a bittersweet thing. I'm excited to be 3 years in the game because, it's no joke being an entrepreneur. But, you know, it also is a reminder that, my dad not here. So, but thank you, PGA. Thank you, thank you, thank you. hmm So, and then also today, one of my friends had a wedding shower. So I guess you could think of it kind of like almost like an engagement party. They're having a destination wedding, but they want to, kind of do something co-ed because everybody, can't go to the island that they're gonna get married on. So it was nice, but needless to say, I'm tired because I usually don't have this much activity in the weekend. You might can get one thing out of me per weekend. So, okay, you said, okay, so you own a wellness clinic. Also, I'm terribly sorry about your dad. Yes, thank you. I do. Yeah, it'll be 14 years in October since he been gone, right? Yeah, 14 years. It don't seem like 14 years. But yeah, I own a wellness clinic. Initially, when I opened up, the main thing that I did was helping uh, offering medical weight loss. So, giving guidance in regards to nutrition, exercise, but also prescribing medications that can help them on their journey. And we did, vitamin injections, things like that. And so at one point, I thought I wanted to kind of go a little med spa-ish, but I had taken a course. And even though the course wasn't cheap and it was out of state, it at least let me know that that wasn't my ministry. That was not something I really could see myself doing. Um, so I didn't do that, but some of the things that could kind of fall under med spa, I do offer, but I only offer them exclusively to patients or people on my email list and things like that. So we don't market it to the public. But right now, this year, as we go into year 3, we're adding other services. So um, this week we'll be going live with like meal plans geared towards certain things like hormone health for like women who may be perimenopausal or menopausal or PCOS, or maybe struggling with fertility that want to kind of help balance their hormones. So we'll have a meal plan for that. Paleo for people who kind of want a keto like um, way of eating. What else we got? Oh, we got like a people who, if they trying to kind of do like a sugar detox, we got that. And we got like a gluten-free, dairy-free meal plan. Then I help create one for like family friendly. So, is weight loss conscious, but probably a little bit higher calorie, just, because it's like to cover your whole family kind of thing. So we're excited about that, to be getting into the digital guide, digital book space. Then I'm rolling out DNA. Didn't realize there's so many different types of DNA testing you can do. We always just think of Maury and, you are the father, you not the father, but it's a lot of different types of DNA that you can offer. So we will be offering one. We'll be offering just about all of them, but the top ones obviously will be paternity. We have one where they can use your DNA to determine like what types of exercise and what types of foods you should eat, or avoid, um, for better health, wellness, and weight loss. So excited about that. So that should go live in May. Um, I just enrolled in a functional root cause, like gut health course. I'm really excited about that. So I think that's gonna really. I think, to be honest, I think that's what's gonna become our like signature, like what we'll really be known for. Um, so excited about that. I probably, because the course is 90 days, but it's self-paced. So depending on how things go, I might be able to get all the information I need and start, rolling it out sooner. We'll see. And then I'm going to be taking a course to become a drug test instructor, and then obviously offer drug testing. So trying to expand, but stay under the wellness umbrella, but also open myself up so that I can start doing business to business type stuff. So, with the drug testing, I can get a contract with, any kind of uh, industry that does transportation, right? Because you can do Department of Transportation drug testing, or, just any big corporation that will contract with me. And, drug tests, they pay pretty well. You could get about maybe, 75 to maybe $95 a drug test, you know, and the stuff that you need, the cup and, things of that nature, probably, if you, depending on where you get them from, probably not even $5. So if you, get a contract where they got a lot of people or they do a lot of drug testing, you figure if you getting $75 a pop, and you get a contract where they average like that, they drug testing, let's say 10 people a week, that's $750. You know what I'm saying? Sure. Let's see what y'all saying. Hey Leo, how you doing? What's up? I think this your first time in the live. Let's see what PGA said. So honestly speaking, if I ever decided to come there for a job, would you put me in the door? In the door. A job where at my practice, we real small. I'm the only one who see all the patients. I do have staff, my operations manager, but she handles like the more marketing, social media, email, and other things that I need her to do in regards to, helping the clinic run smoothly. But as far as seeing all the patients and things like that, it's just me. But once I get my drug testing up and my DNA up, I can train people who don't need medical backgrounds to do those. Um, and so that's the goal. So yeah, I could hire you for that, but it'll be down the road. Okay. No worries. This was a random live. I typically like the only scheduled live that I have is on Thursday, 7 o'clock Central Standard Time. And I call it Tell Me Something Good. We usually start the live like talking about wins for the week, whatever was positive or something good that happened or something funny. And then I may have a couple of things that I might want to discuss, hot topics or something like that. But then we just kind of let the conversation go where it's gonna go. But I had just got back from a wedding shower. My friend is getting married. I said, oh, you know what? Let me go live. I had walked my dogs real quick, and then they ate. So they just happy to be out the crate. They hate getting in the crate. That's where they sleep at night. But because my smaller dog, I've only had him for 2 months. He'll be 4 this summer. He was my aunt and uncle dog. My other dog is huge, and so I just don't trust them to be out just yet without us being here, because the little one, he'll stand up to him, but the big one could hurt him because he's so big, like try to sit on him and stuff like that. So I knew that they was gonna eat and be out my face. My husband is running his errands to get ready for work. So I was like, you know what, let me jump on live real quick and see what people doing. TW, hey, how you doing? I only been on about 12 minutes. I was just telling them, I just was like, let me jump on, see how people weekend was. I had a busy weekend. Friday was my anniversary. And then yesterday we went out to dinner. And then today I had today was my clinic anniversary, 3-year anniversary. And then my dad's birthday, I did that on purpose. So that I wouldn't be so sad when this day come, but can have a positive thing to connect to it. And then I just got back from my friend's wedding shower. They having a destination wedding, so they doing something because everybody can't go. So I just thought I'd jump on for a little bit. I don't know if you all watch football or pay attention to the NFL draft, but I had to take. I was like, okay, I can't go down no more rabbit holes. Everybody has something to say about Shador and Sanders. For those who know what I'm talking about, Deion Sanders' son finally got drafted. I think it was in. Oh, excuse me. Finally got drafted. I think in the 5th round. And it's just all. It's just it's. I don't know. It was kind of triggering to me. This is like. This is like things like this is what motivate me, that what may, I just don't want to go work for nobody else, because it's the BS of it all. I've seen some stuff, people saying, oh, his interview at the I always, is it combine, y'all know what I'm talking about, the little like mini camp thing where they measure them and do the stuff and have them run and all that kind of crap. It saying, oh, he was too arrogant, too this, too that, in his interviews and things like that. It was starting to bug me. So I said I gotta take a break from it. And of course everybody and their mama making content on YouTube about it or whatever. But it's like that's the crappy part, when you have to, work for somebody else per se. Because if these people, versus it should be about his skill, right? It should be about his skill and his ability. And it's seeming very blackballish, like they blackballed him on purpose, you know. And I'm not saying like I don't think nothing wrong with confidence. You know, I don't watch every single thing. I don't always watch all the games and things like that. But I don't know. It just seemed like I feel like it's crazy. Somebody was making a point of it. What Deion Sanders was, you know, doing or saying about his sons is the same thing that Eli Manning and Peyton Manning dad was saying about them. But when they did it, when they daddy did it, or when those guys, when they was coming out, you know, getting drafted, when they said what they said, it's just like, oh, they're confident, they're stoic, they're this and that. But you know, when this black dad is saying it, now it's a problem. It's just like, I don't know. It's like I don't think racism gonna ever go away. It's here on earth, but it do suck sometimes, you know? And then like I look in the comments and some of the nasty comments. I don't know if anybody else do this. I look in the comments of stuff and like stuff just be so vile. I do. I go look at their profile pic and it say a whole lot about them. You know, it's just crazy. But people do it to me. I get people who come watch. I don't even know if they watch the content. They just see the title or they see the thumbnail talking about Jehovah's Witnesses, and they come and they say all the crazy stuff in the comment. But I'll be like, come on with it, because the way YouTube work, the more crap you talk and the more I respond, it just keep going. And YouTube say all it know is let's push this video out because people are engaging with it. But I don't know, y'all. I just feel a type of way. I be I be trying to stay in a neutral place with this doggone NFL. Let's see. Danielle came in. Hi, good to see you. I just got finished making and tasting your recipe for the. Oh, let's go. She made my I forgot I did that. I forgot I did that, I think, one time on live. And I need to make some. I ate the last of the batch I made. What was that, Thursday? The stuffed dates with the peanut butter dipped in chocolate. And they came out so good. I'm so, you know, I stick a pecan in mine too. So when I open it up, I put the peanut butter, I put a pecan and then dip it. And honey, you would think you was eating a Snickers. I tell you. Um, Leo said, I don't fool with pro sports anymore. I wish I could be that strong, Leo. LA Rams gave up their 2025 draft picks for a first round draft pick in 2026. Rams have been my favorite team since 1965. Was the Rams supposed to have number one? Some of this stuff I do not understand. You know what I'm saying? When they do all these trading and stuff, and don't get me started. So being born and raised in Chicago, I'm always gonna rock with the Bears. It's it's a love hate thing. I'm not, and I hope this don't come back to bite me one day. I'm not crazy about Caleb Williams. I'm just not. I was very upset. I'm still in my feelings about them trading Justin Fields. Then when he went to the Steelers, I was like, all right, I was rocking with the Steelers. I got a lot of friends, especially ladies, who watched the Steelers because you know that was their dad's team. You know, back in the day or whatever. And so I'm rocking with the Steelers. You know, Justin got them stars. He got them off to a good start. And then they brought Russell in. I mean, I like Russell too, but of course I like, you know, vintage Russell, like when he was with the Seahawks, you know, Russell. And little fun fact, Russell Wilson is the grandson of the president, a former president of Norfolk State University, which is where I went to school. I did not graduate there. I have to make a content about that one day. But it is the reason that I was able to go on. Like if I hadn't got that foundation and poured into at that HBCU, I do not think that I would have had the confidence or even ability to go into a predominantly white institution and do well. But I have to tell y'all the story as to why I didn't stay and finish another day. But that is my president's grandson, my former president, President Wilson. Rest in peace. Let's see. All right, TW said he's been rocking with the Rams since for 60 years. Yeah, the double standard always exists, and it pisses me off. I mean, I experienced it. Like I said, I'm gonna do a video one day. Now, as a teacher, I taught in the city. First school that I was placed at, because I went through a special teaching program, was if you're familiar with Chicago, was in the North Lawndale neighborhood. So if you know anything about North Lawndale, it's black. Okay, and we did have a few white teachers, but for the most part, the kids was black, staff was black. You know what I'm saying? So as a teacher, yes, I've had. Excuse me, y'all. I have had white coworkers or what have you. And every now and again, you might get a couple of white kids because, maybe the mama dating somebody black kind of thing, right? So it's not like I just worked in 100% black experiences. But you want to talk about some double standards? It happened when I became a nurse. My first nursing job, I was basically, I was working in Northwest Indiana, in the Gary area. So if you know anything about Gary, Indiana, outside of that, that's where Michael Jackson was born, then it's black, and a good chunk of it is, like below the poverty level kind of thing. So I was still part of the, I guess you could say, majority. But when I started moving around in different hospitals and stuff like that, it was just like, man, the double standard, and it'll drive you crazy because when you sitting up here, um, almost overly qualified. You got to remember at that time, because I became a nurse at 40, I'm good and grown, and you 25 years old, thinking you about to talk to me crazy because I'm black and you not. No, not gonna happen. So anyway, let me get off my soapbox. Leo said, TW, I only keep up with sports through a couple of channels I subscribe to on YouTube, but I don't watch it on TV anymore. That's awesome. I know I don't watch the NBA nowhere near as much as I did. I think I went on a rant about this the other day on live. The NBA is just is so not exciting. Everybody shooting threes, and we ain't talking about Hail Marys. Everybody shooting threes with 10 seconds on the clock from, half court, because it's just weird. Nobody really, plays the paint. It's just, everybody flopping, and they get hurt with the littlest thing. And it's like, what is it? I grew up, in the 80s and 90s. I grew up, I remember when like Michael Jordan first got drafted. I remember all those things. I used to go to the stadium, with the rickety, wood floors and all the things, I remember seeing Dr. J play there and things of that nature. So this state of the NBA, it's not exciting. Not exciting at all. I watched the WNBA. That's my husband making noise. Hey, I'm on live, okay? I know. Just loud. So, but I am into the NFL. It's like it in reverse. First used to be all about basketball, and I would watch, but now I just be like this after the Super Bowl, like twiddling my thumbs, like what I'm supposed to do. And then what? WNBA, that's pretty exciting. That comes, when do that start? I think they do the first couple of games like May or June. So you watch that. Yeah. But I gotta watch some sports. TW, time is our most valuable asset. It is. It is. NBA trash. Now it is. It's absolute trash. Danielle said, my husband says the same thing. It is. It really is. And it's just like, I don't know. I would really love, and I'm sure I could find information to find out like what, you know, I guess somebody still like it. I guess little kids will still like it. So parents are taking their kids to the games or buying the jerseys. Because I'm like, how are they making money? Like here in the Chicago area, if I'm not mistaken, like they used to get the games on. Well, that was a million years ago. It's called Channel 9, which is our like a local station. Um, and then they went to, is it called Comcast Sportsnet? But even if you didn't have Comcast, I think you could still get it. Like if you had AT&T or something like that. But now they got it so where you got to get the NBA league pass and all this stuff. And it's like as whack as this is, you think I'm finna pay 80, 90, $100 to watch this bull crap? No, thank you. So I don't even really get into it until they get deep into the playoffs. That's it. Because they'll play those games on like ESPN or NBC or whatever. I had to drink this juice before. I always try to drink them within 72 hours from making them. This was cucumber, some pineapple I had left over, ginger, and I put 2 lemons in it. And I can tell. Normally I wouldn't put 2 lemons in it, but that's what I'm tasting. Nothing but cucumber and lemon. So I was doing just fine. I took these dogs on a walk and now my allergies kicking up. Let's see. TW says sports gambling is changing sports for the worse. Gambling addiction is in pandemic mode, but the news rarely covers the topic. Man, now you didn't say the word. I don't know who watches my YouTube channel that you know, like friends and family, because I don't really promote it or nothing like that. Let me just say this, just in case they do watch, and I ain't trying to put people out there. But it's people out here like they might as well be on drugs with the sports betting. This person might as well be on drugs, and I can't believe it. But it's so accessible. Now I ain't gonna lie, I put a FanDuel parlay together, doing the NFL, but I don't never spend more than $2.50. It'd be like I put a Hail Mary together, so I may spend $10 total, and I don't do it every Sunday or nothing like that. I may put like one of them Hail Mary kind of parlays together, uh, because I'm like, if I'm a really win something, it need to be, as my husband like to say, life changing money. I'll do something like that, but I don't play every Sunday. And I couldn't imagine. I'd rather go get a $20 scratch off ticket, for the lottery than to put that in there. And then I don't think I ever won. I don't even know if I ever won. I think I might have won once, but it was probably just like $40 because I had basically hit all the favorites. You need some? Oh, favorites, So let's see. I work shift work anyway, so I stopped having time to sit and watch sports and stuff a long time ago. Yeah, I hear you. I hear you. I feel like I'm doing better not watching TV as much these days. Um, I might have it on in the background, but not necessarily watching them. I'm a series kind of girl. I like, Netflix or Hulu when it's like a series. I couldn't even stuff that I used to just like, oh, it's Sunday, so and so is coming on. I don't even watch it. It's on the DVR, and if I just happen to have a down moment, me and my husband will, try to catch up. But a lot of these shows I don't even watch because it's just so much drama too. So it's like it's almost like after a while it's not entertaining to watch all the bickering and back and forth. So that's how that go. So did everybody have a good weekend here in the Chicagoland area? Today end up actually being way nicer than I thought it was gonna be. It ended up getting like in the 60s, low 70s. Yeah, I hear you. And you know why I think people, there's a lot of people who kind of watch the old stuff because everything just seems so fake now. You know, everything just seems so fake, so what's the word? Curated, you know. So I don't blame you. Do not blame you. did um did I miss anything? Did everybody have a good weekend? My weekend was good, busy, but let's see. TW said, if the enemy invites us to their establishment, the casino, it usually ends bad. It would be better if they hire us in their establishment with a living wage job. Creating our own job is even better. I agree. Good restful weekend, just hot. Oh, okay. You must be down south somewhere. It finally today ended up being really, really nice, which I think at first they was only saying like maybe high 50s or 60s, but you know, it ended up being, it was cooler towards the lake because where the party was, it was closer to the lake, but it still was nice because the sun is out. I could deal with 60, you know, just let the sun be out. Oh, I bet you are, Leo. I know you retired, TW. So, well, guys, I'm glad y'all had a decent weekend. Oh, okay, you in Central Texas. Nice. I used to live in Houston a million years ago. Um, was I 21? Had I turned 21? Either one out. Yeah, I had to be 21. So maybe 21 or 22. And I had moved to Houston um, and was going to the University of Houston. I moved and started school in the summer. Oh man, you talking about hot? I took tennis as a course, and I think the tennis class started at 7 in the morning or something like that. And I'm like, how is it like already 102? It's 7 in the morning. My cousin was living down there at the time, and he's actually an actor now. If you all, well, y'all say y'all don't watch TV, but he's an actor and he's on. It's called The Shy. I can't remember if The Shy come on Showtime or is it HBO. But anyway, he plays the character Darnell. But at the time, like I said, this was a million years ago. He was living down there, and so that's that was a big reason for me going. And not like Houston, I could deal with the heat. I was like, yeah, this is not it. And then I would have stuck it out because I didn't want to be school hopping. But he was like, I gotta move back home. I need help with these kids. Um, and so he was coming back to Chicago, and I was like, I definitely ain't staying down here by myself. So I didn't stay long, just a couple of months, I guess, whatever, however long the summer session was or whatever. Let's see. TW said, as an engineer, I worked for the same company for 30 years. Yeah, my mom, she wasn't an engineer, but she worked for 30 years. She was able to retire when she was 51. And we were talking about this the other day. And she was like, I can't believe that next year it will be 20 years that I've been retired. I said, yeah, it's a blessing. It's a blessing. And you still, young and can move around and. live your life, that's a blessing. Let's see. Leo said the humidity down there is a killer. Yeah, that humidity wasn't no joke. Cause we went to Vegas a few years ago, and it was felt like it was 200 degrees. Like you could feel the heat, but it was dry. So it just did not hit the same. Like you could feel the heat, but it for me it felt like being in a like a sauna minus the steam. You know, I didn't mind that Vegas heat. Walking on the strip and stuff like that. Let's see. I feel like I missed something. Oh, Leo said last time I was in Houston, somebody broke in my truck and stole my rifle. That's terrible. That is terrible. Lorenzo, I think you've been here before. Hi, Lorenzo. TW said young people now only stay with the company for 3 or 4 years tops. Corporations have no loyalty today. I get it. I retired a long time ago at the age of 53. No, that's true. That's true. Um, yeah, the sense of loyalty. Uh, this mic is just all over the place. I hope I ain't sounding crazy. Let me see if I can stabilize it. Yeah, the sense of loyalty is just not the same. I think from companies, and then I think I don't know. I don't want to blame social media, or this whole thing of I don't know how to word it. Not necessarily staying, in one place. Like somehow that stifles you or something like that. Um, yeah, but I think it starts with the corporations. If they don't have the loyalty, if they don't show appreciation, try to keep up with the times, cost of living, and things like that. Yeah, people gonna seek other opportunities. Let's see. Leo said next year when I turn 50, I'm done with shift work. Been doing it since I was 30. I hear you. I hear you. Like I say, being an entrepreneur, it comes with its plus and minuses. But right now, I rather scrape. I rather if I had to. I used to do gig work. I'm gonna do a video on that before. I used to do gig work. Even as even as a nurse, just for extra money that I could decide, oh, I'm gonna go out and Uber, or oh, I'm gonna go out and DoorDash. You know what I'm saying? Versus like picking up an extra shift. And I pretty much did gig work when I knew that I was about to leave a job. So like just to bank up my savings and things of that nature. Like, but I used to be out here gig working. I wouldn't want to do it now, but if it was the difference between staying afloat, keeping my clinic doors open and things like that, I'd be out here gig working. I liked I like DoorDash the best. Uber was cool when I first started. Then it got creepy and it got scary, and I was like, yeah, I'm out. Um, DoorDash was cool. DoorDash was real cool because you're just picking up the food and giving it to the people. And I used to run into some pretty nice people. They would give me like really big cash tips. I don't know if they was drunk. Instacart wasn't horrible, but I used to get more scammers like on Instacart. They would lie. Um, you get everything, and I always picked fruits and vegetables as if it was me. So I know that they got good quality. They would always lie with this one lady. She will always lie and say she didn't get something out of that order so that they would refund her money, you know? And I was just like, too scammy. Then there was another guy. We have a place called Benny's, which is like a big like liquor store. And he must like had a ton of DUIs. I think he kind of lived at home with his parents, like a guy in his 30s, and he clearly had like a drinking problem. Because I'm like, why he just can't? The Benny's literally was probably not even 5 minutes from his home. So I'm like, why he can't just go get his own beer and he would get what is it called? Like a gallon of was it Jim Beam? And I always knew when it was him. He was so nice. Always gave me 5 stars. Always gave me a tip. But I remember thinking like, I feel like I'm contributing to his downfall. So that was another reason why I stopped doing Instacart. And then I, finally just finished school and didn't have to do it, but definitely not opposed. Let's see. The company I work for had a great pension and 401k, so I stayed. I stayed. I was lucky and no, yeah, to have good benefits on both. Just winter. Hello, just winter. All right. Leo says his 401k is good and I've made a good living over the years, but I'm just getting worn out. I'm starting to feel it. Yeah, I hear you. Mm-hmm. Yep. Okay, guys. Well, it has been a pleasure chit chatting with y'all. Be on the lookout for those who do watch the long form content in the shorts. Um, will be should be dropping at least 2 long form videos this week. So I know some of you all here because of the JW content, and some of you all here just trying to, some of y'all here to hear what's going on with a 50-year-old woman and her thoughts. But I think y'all will find the content that I got planned this week interesting. So be on the lookout for that. And then, like I mentioned, on Thursday evenings, we go live. Tell me something good. We go live at 7 p.m. Central Standard Time. So come check that out. We get into some really good conversations. And yeah, that's pretty much it, y'all. I'm gonna go. Well, I can't take no more Zyrtec, but it's like I was doing good. Now my eyes just getting so allergy like. Anyway, y'all enjoy the rest of y'all Sunday, and I'm gonna go chill out for a little bit.
Clean the house.
Y'all hear my husband talking about clean the house. I guess he still got energy. We do something. We do something. No, we do something called power hour. So if both of us together, we can knock out a room like dust, mop, sweep, and all that stuff. I was hoping he would want to renege, but it don't sound like it. Don't sound like it. So I will go ahead and get off so we can get this living room dusted and mopped and all that stuff. All right, y'all. Talk to you later. Peace.